Hi, my name is Ashish, and in this video we will see how to deploy Docker containers on Amazon Elastic Container Service, which is also known as ECS. Amazon Elastic Container Service, aka Amazon ECS, is the Amazon Web Service you use to run Docker applications on a scalable cluster. In this tutorial, we will learn how to run a Docker-enabled sample application on an Amazon ECS cluster behind a load balancer. We will test the sample application and delete the resources to avoid the charges. So let me just quickly log on to the portal and take it from there. Well, it says with Amazon ECS, we have the option to use Amazon Class Elastic Container Registry, which is also known as ECR, to create an image repository and push an image to it as part of the first run visit. If you see this, deploy a sample application to ECS cluster. No, we're not doing this. So if you do not have an Amazon ECR option, skip to step 2. If you have Amazon ECR option, then check the box next to ECS cluster and select continue. It says if you have an Amazon ECS cluster, let me just log on and see. If you will type, if you log on to the console, type in ECS, run and manage Docker containers. So it says by itself that Amazon ECS makes it easy for us to deploy, manage, and scale Docker containers, running application services and batch processes. Amazon ECS places containers across your cluster based on the resource it needs, and is integrated with familiar features like ELB, EC2 security groups, EBS volumes, and IIS roles. We'll click on get started. Container definition, task definition. I do not want this. Don't want this type. So we'll have the Elastic Container Service. It says we have to create a task definition. A task definition is like a blueprint for the application. In this step, we will specify a task definition so my Amazon ECS know which Docker image to use for the container, because container is a runtime instance of an image, a Docker image. How many containers to use in the task, in the resources. So it says my container definition, I would use the sample app image. Task definition would be this. Task definition is this. Network node this. Task execution role compatibility is Fargate. So I have created that I will be using the sample app image, and that would be containerized. I click on next. Now I am defining a service. It says a service allows you to run and maintain a specified number, the desired count of simultaneous instances of a task definition. So my task would be 1. Let me see. So I would go with the default. It says a security group is created to allow public traffic to your service. I am going with the default options. If I use the application load balancer, it would automatically create the application load balancer and would define the listener port 280 and the listener protocol to be HTTP. Click on next. It says diagram of your ECS objects and how they relate. So I have the container definition, I have the task definition, I have the service configured. Now I have the cluster. It says the infrastructure in a Fargate cluster is fully managed by AWS. Your containers run without you managing and configuring individual Amazon EC2 instances. I would go with the default cluster. I'm going to review it. I click on create. It will take its time to complete its creating the ECS resource creation. It is configuring the stack, the VPC, subnet security group, and the load balancer. It is doing its task. My VPC is created. We get default VPC, default subnets. It is creating a VPC for itself. It is finally completed. I will see on view service. My task definition is this. Desired count is this. If I want to click on update, I can view in my task definition what I wanted to do. I will share the detail section later regarding this. Cancel sample app service clusters. So if you will click on sample app service and target group name is this, and if you would go on to the ELB, so this is the load balancer that was created by that stack. So if you would click on the load balancer DNS name behind which it is listening on this. Remember, we set it up for HTTP port 80. This is the DNS name behind this. We have a target group in which my target is one instance. I would have kept 2 instances that load balanced. So the first request is getting onto this DNS name, and then this DNS name would take my request to the target group on which there is one instance that is listening on port 80. So I have copied that. If I go to my browser in the Cognito window, I would type in the DNS name. It should see Amazon ECS sample app. Congratulations, your app is now running on a container in Amazon ECS. So now we are running a containerized Docker app on the Elastic Container Service, and now we have to delete it so that we cannot get charged for all the resources that have been made. Come back to the Amazon ECS console and click on delete. So just type in delete me, and it will take its time to delete the cluster. So go here to delete the instances. So go on to EC2, delete it, target group, delete it, go to security group to default ones. This is what I wanted to cover and deploy Docker containers on Amazon Elastic Container Service. I hope this was informative for all of you guys. Till then, till the next video, have a great day ahead, and please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you. Have a great day.